This is Relationship Talks with Rick and Naaman. I am Rick.
And I am the DJ Blue.
And he's Naaman.
I'm still gonna be the DJ Blue. Alright. I'm done. I'm DJ Blue.
Oh my goodness. And he's Naaman. And today with us, we have two guests. We'll start with Dave. First time this year he's been on the show.
What's up?
AKA Dutch.
Good to see you, man. It's been a long time. How's the family?
It has.
As you can tell by his voice, he's really excited to be here today.
I know, right? So excited.
His family's
I
getting
mean,
bigger.
I'm fed. I ate food. I'm ready to go.
All right.
Yeah.
He's like Tommy from Martin. Get him some food. He's good to go.
For Martin.
Yes.
And returning for her second time. It's your second time, right? We have Lisa D. What's up, Lisa?
What's up? It's good to see you. This is like my first time having a conversation with you. Rick always says you talk to him a lot.
He's jealous. Is he?
Naaman's jealous.
Yes, I'm jealous.
Naaman's
Like, what
jealous.
is she gonna call me out? He's jealous. Yes, yes, absolutely, 100%.
Naaman wants to spend more time with you, Lisa.
Right. I'm saying Richard's taking up all the time. Jeez, but good to see you though.
So this show is kind of born from a conversation that I have with Lisa all the time, and I've had with some other people, and it's crazy. The craziness that Lisa shows me sometimes is just hilarity. Mm-hmm. So I'm just gonna start out with a question for everybody:
Okay.
Is social media a dating app? I'm
Is
not
social
Nick
media-
Cannon.
I didn't say
that. Not Nick Cannon. I'll take his money. But
That's what he
it.
would do. This
Stop
is
it.
for everybody.
Everybody.
Is social media a dating app?
It's social media a dating app.
Ooh. What do you think, Dave? You looking quick.
Here,
You got something.
Ladies
ladies
first.
first?
Let's start with Lisa. Lisa, is social
Wow,
media
same
a dating app?
You know the answer to that. Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. It is.
I'm gonna have to. It'd probably be a better dating app than a lot of the dating apps out there.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
She's
it
really
is. It is.
Lisa's really wordy today. Everybody.
No, I'm sorry. It really is. It is a dating app. No matter, I think it's a dating app because I think people are sick of the. I mean, it's a place to meet people because I think people are sick of the dating apps.
Dating apps kind of, for the most part, they kind of suck. What do you think, Dutch?
Yeah, I agree. Social media is definitely a platform for dating, or I don't know, sliding DMs. You know, that's where the whole concept came from. But yeah, definitely people use it as a platform to date or to hook up, more or less.
You sound like you have some experience with this. We'll talk about that later, though.
Dave's experience with dating apps. Like, geez, he should be like you know how they give people hotels? Like, they should just give this dude apps and tell him to try. No, I'm just kidding.
He should be a sponsor.
That was the old you.
You know,
That was the old
He's reformed now.
He's reformed.
there you go.
He's a reformed 10 dot. It's a tender thought, 10 dot. You can't really say the whole thing. The TH is silent.
Naaman, have you ever met anybody off of a dating app?
Of course.
Have
Several
you really?
times.
I'm not off a dating app. I'm sorry, of social media.
So
In a dating manner.
that's what I told you. So my first ex.
Oh, that's right. Totally
first-
forgot about that.
My first ex of 10 to 12 years. No, I met her on Facebook. She met me on
I
Facebook.
thought it was MySpace.
That's what it was. See? It was so long ago. But I mean, but the thing is, Black Planet was like, you know, a thing too.
I met somebody off of Black Planet one
So
time.
yeah, I mean, honestly, it just set us up to believe that Facebook and all this other stuff is just meant to meet people. Most weirdos do it anyway. You know, it doesn't really matter. You know, they post a video, hey, what's up with your boobs? It's like,
What?
it's like, dude, this is a knife commercial. Like, what you know, so it's like they're bred to think that, and you know, it came from AOL and playing games in those little rooms and stuff.
I remember you had that pool room story where you.
I don't remember.
Okay, I'm gonna have to.
That
pull
was
out the
another
archive.
DJ Blue.
Positive,
That
it was
was
you.
the other DJ Blue. That wasn't me.
Like went by snacks or something else back then.
You
Right?
probably did go buy snacks back then.
Man, shoot, in a heartbeat.
Man.
So, Lisa, have you ever met anybody off of social media in a dating manner?
That's a good question.
Where should I begin?
Start at the beginning. This sounds juicy. Let's go.
No. What do you mean? Like actually date them? Like actually go out and date them
Yeah, like actually go out and date them.
on social media?
Social media, website or app?
I would say yes, I have.
Oh wow.
Whoa.
What was that experience like for you?
One time.
Just one time?
Just once?
Just one time?
It must
I
have been
mean,
enough.
do I get hit up a lot on the dating apps, and do I talk to people?
On the
Yes.
dating apps? You on the dating apps now?
I mean, not dating apps. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh,
on the
she just told us a
sorry,
secret.
sorry. Social media. See, they're so similar.
yeah, they are.
No, if I have spoken to people on social media, like in a romantic way, yeah, I have. I mean, actually date to go out, I've only had it once. But yes, I have met men, like, doing FaceTime and Skype or whatever,
Yeah.
and on from social media.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Whoa. Are you
I
okay?
had to clear my throat. I'm sorry.
Jeez. He's trying to say something. He was clearing your throat from what you said.
No,
Yeah, what
not
are you
at all.
trying to say, Richard?
Right.
I'm
What are you
not
trying
trying
to say? Because as soon as you said that, he's like,
I mean, me and Lisa haven't talked off of like in any kind of dating capacity, but we made friends off of being
Why you
on
gotta
Instagram.
say that, Richard?
'Cause I'm
right. Why
I'm
do you
just-
have to say
Because I wasn't
that?
trying to
We on the
imply
same
that
page.
we.
She was trying to imply something. Man, you. Oh, God. Just
on
close
here?
your mouth, Richard. Just stop. Man. See, this is why you should hang out with me, Lisa. I'm much more fun, and I don't care what people think. Like, yes, we're married, and I bought her a wedding ring. Yes, that yacht in the picture is hers. I bought it.
You
It's
mean
called
those
Lisa.
those late night talks are not just friendly, Richard?
Oh man.
Uh-oh. Oh, man.
The truth comes out.
Oh,
You
my
know what?
God.
I'm gonna tell you. Richard has a thing to do that, right? He get yeah, you silly. Yeah. So what is the dog doing? Yeah, he's cool. I like dogs.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's
Anyway,
cute.
so Dave,
I have a dog too. That's how he gets them. I have a dog too. You see, Shiloh has a shirt. It's really pretty. You like pretty dogs? Ha, baby, you cute. What are you doing?
Chewing up this
You
blanket over here,
gorgeous.
though.
man. So Dave, have you ever dated somebody off of social media? Just ignore him and he'll stop. Just
Right,
keep
no.
going.
Okay, all right, got it.
You can't ignore me because she's like, wait a minute. I'd heard him say that. I've heard him ask that question.
Yeah.
You got a pretty smile. Ha, ha, ha.
Don't co-sign that, Lisa.
anyway.
Dave.
Yeah, I have dated off of social. I guess not exclusively in a sense, but yeah, I have.
Not exclusively in a sense.
What does that even mean? Where did you meet your fiance?
I met her off a dating app. I did.
So you technically did
so
date
not
this
so
is
exclusively.
actual dating
actual
app.
dating.
Oh,
app,
okay,
though.
that was a dating.
Yeah,
okay.
that was a
I
dating
mean,
app.
like
Actual dating
Facebook
app.
or something.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah, so but off of Facebook, yeah, I mean, not I wouldn't say more so casually, kind of like
Yeah.
how Lisa described, maybe, FaceTime, a couple of messages, but I didn't really like exclusively like execute it like,
Probably best that you didn't,
it's scary
because they
out
knew
there.
you, man.
Well, even if
you
they
couldn't just
knew
pull
me.
up and leave if they like.
mean-
I saw you online, Dave, because you said you've done that.
I mean, well, I've had coworkers literally stalk my page or find me on Facebook, and then they'll like go into my messages, and then we'll start a conversation. I mean, maybe we'll hang out. I'm not gonna lie, and maybe
See,
even
you're the
casually do that.
problem.
But
This
I'm
is
just,
terrible.
I'm not the problem.
This is therapy.
Okay,
we need
but
to talk
anyway.
about your issues. And look at her face.
I still say, I know that sounds terrible, but I still.
He was talking about Facebook, and I'm gonna retract. I have met more than once.
Ooh.
Oh, see.
Yeah.
Facebook
Because-
is social media.
That's why
Well,
Richard.
what
That's why
happens
Richard
is-
cleared his throat.
What?
Well, no, because so when you're on Facebook, they have all these different clubs, and I was in a lot of like, if you're in a running club or you're in like a
Yeah.
Spartan, like you do Spartan clubs. And I remember I was in Spartan groups, and there was a group that was called Single Spartans,
Oh.
and I dated maybe
Wow.
2
Oh,
men
2. Wow.
from the Spartan
There you go.
groups.
All right.
Yeah, I did.
There it is.
I'm not gonna lie. I was in a group called like Kentucky Live.
Whoa,
Okay, now check this out.
Whoa, make sure
Okay,
live.
okay. So look, in my
What?
defense, I
You don't
was
even
young.
live in Kentucky.
So
You live in Michigan. Like, what the
no
heck?
BS, no BS. In my defense, okay, I was talking to this chick in that area.
Okay.
And so when I got on there, it was like a joke at first. I was like, I'm gonna make an account. And then I was like, oh, they actually have cool chat groups in here. Like these people were really nice. And they knew lots about Kentucky Derby.
Oh.
That's what I was. Next thing I was gonna say
Yeah.
about horses.
I met a couple chicks on there. I mean, obviously I was like this really tall black guy, but And then I was like a tall black guy, maybe like 6 feet, 200
Definitely
pounds.
none of those on horses.
6 foot. I was like 6'5" at the time, and I was like 22,
Oh, you
23.
were 6'5", you just took your height up.
Yeah, I was like 6'5". I was like 23.
So you was over there. You was over there catfishing. Or
I
were
would
you?
call it goldfish.
You was goldfishing?
I
Alright,
am
you was
black
goldfishing.
and I am tall, so those types of things were correct. But
So it was kinda
I
like-
did
it was
not
kinda
live
right.
in Kentucky.
No.
That was the lie there. But yeah,
Has anybody ever slid into someone's DMs?
what? That what?
Have you slid into somebody's DMs to try to get a date?
What's the definition of slide?
I mean, like sending them a message.
What's your definition?
Like,
of
hey
slide?
Teresa,
hello?
what's up? Have you ever messaged someone on social media that you did not know personally
Mm-hmm.
with the intentions to getting to know them or take them out, possibly?
I mean, does Rihanna count?
I mean, shoot for the
Does-
shoot
Hey,
for the
shoot for
moon.
the
Does
moon, why not?
Beyonce count? Do they count?
Jay-Z might come for you, but hey, they
I
count.
think I'm worried about Jay-Z. Shout out to Hove though.
You gonna get a call now.
Of course.
From
I
an
mean,
unknown
who
number.
hasn't?
Yeah.
Who hasn't? Because the thing is, if it's like shooting your shot in the mall.
not,
Nowadays, with the pandemic, everybody's online anyway. So it's like walking in the mall saying hello. If you don't say hello, you don't make that first introduction, you're not gonna do anything. It's just gonna be, you're just gonna like her pictures. And then for some guys, they like every single picture, which for me, that's like really
That's
weird.
kind of creepy.
That's a
I think that
that's
is
a
creepy.
bit
I think
much.
that's strange.
Lisa,
That's
what
very
do you say
strange.
about that? Somebody trying to like every single picture of yours.
Well, you know, Richard, I have shared my DMs with you. I've never slid in other people's DMs.
You've never slid
but
into someone's DMs?
No,
But look,
never.
yeah, she's like, my DM is a slide.
Nope.
She's like,
I-
people are constantly sliding in.
I never did.
You
I never
never
even
slid
knew
to a
people.
DM.
I
Yeah.
never knew people did that like romantically until I got on Instagram and I
Wouldn't say it's romantic, but
not romantic.
You look
But
traumatized.
then I got on TikTok and I get them I get them daily.
Oh, wow.
Hot
Damn.
commodity on TikTok over here.
That's awesome. I wish I did. That would be incredible. It's like, can you take your clothes off? Look, I mean, I can, but I don't really think you're going to get the desired results. That you know what I mean? Like, I could just imagine, like, man, it's so sexist. Like, hey, what are you doing? Like, I'm washing my butt, man. What are you doing? Like, just showering,
Whoa.
minding my business.
Whoa.
People do these silhouette challenges and things like that.
yeah, there's a
Hey,
lot of.
hey, I wanna
there are
do
a lot of
whatever.
weird
Lisa
challenges.
did.
I did,
You
but
did
it
your
was
silhouette?
It was tasteful.
Face. It was
was
fast.
face.
She
Wait,
wasn't.
I didn't see
She
it.
wasn't naked.
Where is
I
it?
wasn't naked.
Where is it, Lisa?
So
Next
TikTok.
question. The next question. We don't.
It's on TikTok.
Oh, where is it? We're gonna have to go through
I
TikTok
sent it to
now.
Richard on his phone.
Whoa.
See, look, Lisa, you starting stuff.
No,
I'ma
she's not.
I'ma
She's
have
just
people-
confirming.
I'm gonna have people slide into my DMs like, "What's going on over there?"
No, I want to say that they not only do they slide to say, "Hey, what's going on?" I've had a guy who slid and just said he gave me his number, and then he said, "Here,"
confident.
gave the number, and then LOL, and I'm like, "Dude,
Why he
what?"
put LOL at the end?
So what did you do with the
Because-
number? What did you do?
Because everybody said he knew you weren't gonna do it.
Oh,
he knew,
okay.
you know, he was trying to be funny.
Did
Of
you hit him
course, I
up?
wasn't gonna call, but I've had men on TikTok slide every damn day.
So can I ask you a
asking me
question,
out.
Lisa?
Oh,
What
boy.
is the weirdest thing you've actually responded to?
responded to?
Whoa.
Hold on, like I know these stories. This is hilarious. Like she's had.
What is
she,
the weirdest thing?
She
I
might have a
wanna hear.
hard time picking something. That's what I feel like.
He's right. He's right.
That
So
one you
just
showed
pick-
me. That one
tell
you
you
showed me
what.
today was crazy.
Pick top two.
Okay, the first one, the guy who said he started talking to me on Instagram. He DM'd me and he started talking to me. And, you know, at the time I was just like, okay, you know, whatever. I was just like, what does he want and not to assume. And he kept asking me questions. So how tall are you? And I'm just like,
Dang.
telling him,
Wow.
and just
Whoa.
being funny. But then he said, how big is my feet? My foot size.
Hey man, why was you messaging Lisa?
He said this, and you told him.
And I
What is
said,
your
well, why do
feet
you want to know?
size?
And then he said, could you please videotape your feet
Oh.
and
Did
send
you
it
do
to
it?
me? No, absolutely not.
Why are they just
Not do
feet?
it.
They're just feet, Lisa.
Well, he had a fetish, you know, so that was probably one. And then the second one, God, there's just so many. The second one was a guy who first started hitting me up and thinking it was romantic, and I literally said, "Look, dude, I'm not on here for that. I'm not interested in that. If you really want me to help you with your fitness and health, then just tell me." And then he said, "I really do." I said, "Oh, really? Tell me the story." And then he started saying, "Well, I have." I've gained a lot of weight, and I have a lot of fat, and then he just started talking crazy, and then I was just like, no. And then he's like, "Can I have your number so then I can talk, more to you about it?" And I'm like, "No."
She's like, "You know what? I've really got this sweaty butt exercise I just need you to help me with, and just put your hands right here between my thigh." And I was like, "Geez, hold on, buddy. This is no longer an exercise." Jeez, that would be terrible. And you were responding to these people.
Well, because the reason being is I was bored.
Oh.
And I was like, I'm gonna get into
That's what happens when you're bored. You just respond to stuff that you normally wouldn't.
Is that what you do?
No,
Richard?
because I was like, let me, because some men have done it, and I said I would go ahead and keep talking to them.
He cleared his throat again.
And then I would then just entertain it. "Oh yeah," and they're like, "Oh, and I want to meet you, and I think I'm falling in love with you." I'm like, "Oh really?"
Richard, was this you, man?
Lisa, you wasn't
This is
supposed to
no
tell
lie.
them.
This sounds like you.
No,
Richard's
this
first date is,
no
"I
lie.
love you,
No,
move in."
No, and my question is this: if he thinks it works, then that means there's other women that it works with.
No, not necessarily.
Some people are glutton for
Not-
punishment.
exactly. Some people are
Yeah.
glutton for punishment, and some people are just stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? Because they'll come out of the house thinking like, me chasing this chick down or taking a picture of her buns is going to get me in.
Right.
Emotionally.
I'm saying they do. They get online thinking that,
intelligent.
if I send a chick the picture of my penis the first time I meet her, she's gonna be like, "Ooh, look at that thing." Like,
Yeah, but you know what? I'm going to say something about that, because people have said that when a man does that he is really not interested, and it's not really like, "Oh, I'm going to show her my penis." But I'm going to tell you that I found out that women are asking for that.
Really?
Whoa.
Yes.
Women,
See?
yes.
I agree.
I found out that women are just saying, I want to see it. And then they would literally just ghost the man if it wasn't a size that they
I
wanted.
agree. And the thing is, I found that makes sense because because a lot of females will say, they'll just be like, "Hey, I want to see it just to see it," but they don't want to see it in the aspect that the dude is thinking. She's not trying to see it because she's like, "Ooh, I want to see your pecker." Like she's more or less like, "I'm just curious. What does it look like? What does your pecker look like?" "Oh, okay.
Wow.
Oh." Weird. And then, you know what I mean? Like, all right, well, look, I'm going to skedaddle on out of here, and you have a great day. Wait, I'm going to send you another picture. Like, so it makes
Redeem yourself.
Right, like, hold on. The shadows are different, I swear. It's a lot bigger in person. It's a lot bigger in person.
I just got out the pool.
Right, I just got out of the pool.
It's cold in this room.
It's really cold. I lost heat this summer, so it's like winter in here. And I swear those weren't my balls. Those were just potatoes I had between my legs, I swear. Hold on, man. Hold the hell up. But that's what they do.
Man, has anybody ever slid into someone's DM and it worked? Did Rihanna ever hit you back?
I mean, actually, it was like a cease and desist. No, like, more or less like stop, a stalker. No. I would say for me, anytime that I don't really slide in. I don't think that's necessary. I hate that, to be honest with you, because Instagram, I don't do Instagram, so most of the people I've talked to, it'll be like, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?" I like to get to know people before I'm just like, "Here's my pecker." You know what I mean? like you know what I mean? Maybe I'm saying before I even cross that boundary.
I mean, we ain't even talking about sending pecker shots. We just saying like, "Hey, how you doing?" Like,
I'm saying I'm
you don't
not
have to send your
literally
penis just to
not
say
literally
hi, like-
showing my penis, Richard. Not literally, but I'm saying before it gets to the point where I'm trying to have a relationship with someone, I would like to
get to know
message them, get to know them first.
But I mean, even that sliding in, if you just want to be like, "Hey, you look like somebody that I want to get to know,"
essentially,
like, yeah, that's sliding into a DM. That is. It is. Dave, you ever had any success with that?
because I mean, maybe I'm just doing research.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
I've had some some nice encounters. I wouldn't say perfect
Nice
encounters,
encounters.
but I've had some good conversations. Just starting conversations.
Dave's got a DM history. I bet. We should like get your like stuff and see if any of the old messages are still there, Dave.
Oh, jeez.
I would be interested to see.
I'm sure
that.
his fiance would be interested too.
I'm sure
I mean, I like I said, there's so
What you
many.
say, Lisa?
that would be incredible.
Right.
Like Dave's just in there talking like a boss. You know what? First of all, I'm gonna put this pickle in. Like, wait a minute, Dave. That's not you. Hey, I got the picklebacks, baby. Let's do this.
Oh,
Like, what are you
the
doing?
picklebacks. Well, yeah, I've never really sent any pics though. I've never done that. I know better than that. But
You actually you don't remember that one time.
you know what? This is like you said. You were a different person.
So
One
I thought that was a
time-
joke
Because the
until
thing
you
is-
responded.
Because the thing is, like I say,
Right.
I remember. And the thing is, I remember it like it was yesterday.
Hold
He
on,
was-
what?
Yeah, I remember. I was there.
You
I
was
was
there.
there. Yeah, he was asking me, "What should I do? What should I do?" You don't remember that?
Trying to remember.
I really hope this is a fake
Oh,
story.
wow.
It's
Dave.
not a fake story. You
How
don't
old
remember
was
that?
I?
You don't remember that
I
because you
don't
didn't have a
remember that.
phone to take a picture. So you had
I
that
must
old.
have been very, very.
You had
young
that
at
old
that
phone.
point.
It's, you were in college. You were in college. It was like either your last year of high school or it was college.
I don't know.
Hey,
I don't
just-
recall.
just-
anyway.
Just move on.
Anyway, moving on.
I know what you did that summer.
Right, of course. But no, I've never done anything drastic. But yeah, I've started some conversations, some DMs. But
Yeah.
some of them led to places, like you said, I got to know them. If I didn't like the conversation and what was being engaged or what I was engaging, then I just didn't pursue it any further and just dropped it there
Yeah,
for the most part.
I can't say like if I ever slid into somebody's DM, I'm pretty sure it didn't work out at all. Like I probably ain't get no response.
Did you?
What would you?
did
what would you
try it?
say? That's what I'm saying.
I don't
What
know.
would
It
you
depends
say?
on who it is. Like actually, I made a really good friend off of sliding in her DMs. We started talking back and forth, and then she was like, "DMs is open. What's up?"
Lisa, you're
So
not.
I don't
the
know
only
if that's
one. I told you.
necessarily sliding in or
Lisa, I
what.
told you. You're not.
No,
the
it
only
wasn't
one.
you. It wasn't you, Lisa.
He has relationships like this with a lot of people. You know, I just started saying hello. Oh my goodness, I like your designs. Look at those designs. Oh, I like that painting in the background. Richard gets on my nerves the way he pays attention to stuff like that. He'll say, "Oh my goodness, I like your brooch. Is that a wolf angel? I've seen those before. Yeah." He's like, "Oh, like, it's just."
Gotta be attentive, man. That's what
I guess.
But I've had women slide into my DMs and had some very good conversations from that and made some friends from that. It's pretty. You think about all the networking that we've done. I guess there's a level of sliding into DMs that you do from there.
But I mean, I don't know. I think you can't classify all of that as sliding into DMs though, because you can't. It's not called sliding into someone's DMs if you're in a networking event.
I mean,
You know what I mean? If you're walking up to someone saying, "Hey, how you're not trying to pick them up."
I mean, I guess I consider sliding into the DMs if it's somebody that you have not met in person, that you only know from social media, and then you message them
And that's
without knowing them at all.
And that's the thing. Most of the time, if I do have conversations with people on social media, most of the time I've met them in person or I know of them and I've seen them
Exactly.
before.
So
I don't
you-
normally just contact random folk like that.
well,
honestly.
good.
Well, it's happening.
You have a
And
fiance.
I know,
you
no, I
what?
know-
It's
I know it
happening on the
happens.
clubhouse. It just
Yeah.
happened to me on the clubhouse.
Oh yeah, club.
Somebody
I imagine
somebody got
talking
you in the
to-
clubhouse. What happened?
Someone DM'd me from the clubhouse.
What the-
Already,
how they
though?
DM
Like,
you?
that's great. Clubhouse just
That-
started and people are already thirsty.
I've seen some crazy.
What they
rooms,
DM'd you?
though.
How did they DM you?
Well,
'Cause you
first of
can't
all, I
DM on
wouldn't even
Clubhouse.
say. Listen, we're in a let's not even look down on this. We're in a pandemic, and let's be honest. A lot of people who are on the dating apps, from my experience, they're just looking to hook up. I mean, from my
Yeah.
experience, they're not looking for anything because they're depressed, and they just want a body. So and you're paying for it.
Just peck-
So
pecker
and
pick
you're not
some
really
sausages.
even knowing. You're basically looking at someone's profile and their picture, and that's what you're basing on. So think about it. On TikTok, you are looking at someone's personality. They're dancing, they're talking. You are literally seeing their dating, who they are as a person.
It's like
And that
photograph.
there is a lot of DMs going on sliding on TikTok. I guarantee you, tons of it. And then as far as Clubhouse, you're hearing that person speak, talk, and speaking very eloquently and intelligently, and then
Or
you're
not.
seeing their
As you
profile
are, Lisa.
or not.
As you are.
and seeing their profile and then thinking, oh, okay, let me look at their Instagram. And then you're like, okay, this is a woman, and this is I just got it. That this guy said you look like a woman that I'd be interested in. I like the way you speak. And then he looks at my Instagram because my Instagram is public, and he slid in my DMs. It's happening.
I thought he would have wanted to start a
terrifying.
private room with you. Hey.
Is that what you did, Richard? Is that how you get them?
Yeah, that's
You invite
that's
Richard
it.
invites women to
To a private
Clubhouse
room.
to have
Like,
a
hey,
relationship.
private room.
Hey, look, I've got these invites, baby. Look, it's not a big deal. You know they only give these to a few people.
I got like 6 invites right now.
And not for nothing, it worked because I am talking to someone that slid into my DMs on TikTok.
Hey,
See?
Oh, okay.
See? There you go.
Look
That's
at her.
it.
She's like,
Ah.
yeah.
You know,
That's
and the way
it.
he did it was very not like
Okay, so
nasty
give us the
and
sauce
creepy.
because I'm trying to
Yeah,
figure
see,
out.
I was wondering
How do
how
you non-creepily
how
do it?
does the slide work for you?
because
What was it?
Most of the time, if it's a man who I would consider it, is saying, "Wow, I really like the content. I like your videos. You really speak to me." And at first, it's just like that, and it's a friendly conversation, and then
Yeah.
it's them liking my content, making comments about it, and then saying, in all
That's easy.
honesty, you're a woman that
Show
I would love
interest
to
in
date.
what they're interested
Right.
in. Yeah.
Even if it's a lie, like I'm gonna start doing that.
That's awesome.
Oh wow.
No,
I mean,
because-
so-
no, that's
I
true.
mean, you can. I mean, this is true, but
You can pretend to be interested
You
in
can
someone.
You can legitimately show interest in someone else and not be that way. I'm just saying.
Lisa, you're among the few women that Richard has brought into his web. No, I'm kidding. He brings you in with knowledge and support, and that's how he gets them. Okay,
Really?
he supports them.
man.
He gives you knowledge.
Damn, he is supporting me.
See, oh, see. He
gives me
gives you words of
knowledge.
encouragement.
He does. Oh my God, Richard!
He gives you words of encouragement.
Why
He
that?
treats you with respect. That's how he does
does.
it. That's how he does it. He does all those things.
Knew it.
My goodness, it's such a horrible thing
That's
to
how
treat
he
people
gets
with
control.
respect.
That's
Words
how
of
Richard-
encouragement.
That's how Richard gets control. He gives you words of affirmation. He's
What's
always
my
nice.
next move then? Because I mean, she
Jeez.
just she has
Next thing
somebody
you know, he's
now.
gonna send you
Well, it's
something.
gonna be uplifting,
Look,
whatever
right,
it is.
right. Whatever it is, it's gonna be uplifting and respectful. He's gonna send you a gift for your birthday, but it's gonna be like really friendly. He's such a jerk.
Wow, I'm such a bad guy.
Our friendship is coming into a year, Richard.
I know
See,
it
he's
is.
gonna give you a friendship anniversary card. Like, look at this. He's gonna make a meme with you. He's gonna probably make a reel.
I mean,
Our
so-
relationship has come this far. You are the best friend.
But thinking about like regular traditional dating apps, and then you take the social media part of it, it's always a good supplement because I feel like it's kind of like an interview. Like the dating app is like the interview. You put your best pictures up, and you trying to paint a narrative, and you write this paragraph like, "Hi, my name is Sally, and I really like long walks, and I'm just really looking for somebody romantic, and I'm faithful." And then you go to her Instagram, and then like Sally got like pictures with like 15 different dudes, and like she getting drunk all the time, and she doesn't like walks in the park.
You probably don't
she's
even know what a
lying.
park looks like. Right.
She knows what it looks like just from
Well,
a
see,
certain
this is
angle.
why I really think that the TikTok, and I just was speaking about this to somebody, that app, it really is the ideal dating app.
Yeah.
Because you're not, see, when you're, like when I was doing the dating app last year and I was like just seeing how it was going to be for 2 weeks that I tried experimenting,
2 whole
you
weeks.
know, all those
Oh,
questions
wow.
that I was
The
answering.
2
Well,
whole
because I
weeks.
wasn't sure if I wanted to do it. And all these questions, and I felt it was so like forced, and it was like I didn't even know what to put. Where when you're on TikTok, you're just being you. You're saying what you want to say. You're being free. You're being your authentic self. And that's what it is. People are seeing you for who you are. You're not going to be able to hide a lot of who you are as a person. So I
Yeah.
think that's why there's a lot of hooking up on TikToks. There's actually there's like this trend, and I think I sent it to Richard. There's a trend of where they do a whole video of when they meet their TikTok crush.
Oh yeah, I've
And-
seen those.
You know, people are
wow.
flying in and driving to and I mean, there's people have gotten engaged through TikTok, and they're showing the
Whoa,
ring and all
whoa.
that. It's
That's a bit
happening.
much.
It's happening.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I
Whoa.
think it's a good way to really see somebody. And thinking about Clubhouse now, it's almost like a podcast in a way because there's so many people that I've met that have listened to our podcast, And when they meet you, they like, I feel like I have such a good sense of who you are just because I've heard so much of the stuff that you have to say. So it's like a way of being like really being able to show yourself. It's almost like you want to get to know me, like listen to this. And I think Clubhouse is kind of gonna become that. And like, I mean, we were on Clubhouse earlier, me and Lisa, and it's like was it like a Bachelor like style dating
Oh my God,
show?
I loved it.
Like,
Richard and I were having sidebar conversations, and I was dying.
it was
But
so
yeah,
funny.
It was funny. They were hooking up.
Did you listen to the end? Like, dude was like, I picked her because she lives where I live, and
No, because it
everybody
kept
else
on
was like-
going and going. So, but you know,
So,
they're even doing
Are they
dating
digitally
games.
dating? How's that work?
I mean, people can meet. I think LA. I mean, California is just now opening back up. They was like one of the strictest.
They had a lot
States.
of cases. Yeah, like
Yeah, I think they're
I'll go-
finally opening up just like a little bit. Like Cali was just hit really, really hard. You couldn't even go to like you know how like Michigan was. We like us in Michigan. Like Lisa's in New York. Us in Michigan, like stuff was kind of open sometimes.
Yeah.
But like in California, like you don't need to be
you
outside.
couldn't even
Just
go
stay
to
in
the
the
beaches.
house.
I think at one point, yeah,
It's like just stay in the house. Don't go outside. So
You hear how bougie he is? You couldn't
Yeah,
even go
but
to
you
the
know,
beaches.
I don't want to tell you right now. I agree. This is the best time to go dating because it is the best time. You can't go out. So you really got to know somebody, because if you're talking to somebody and you're going to say, okay, after talking 2 weeks, is he worthy of me meeting him? I mean, this is the thing that
Yeah.
you're thinking. You're not just going to go out there and meet everybody because of COVID, you know? So you're really taking the time to talk, to really get to know the person, doing FaceTime. It's the ideal time to truly find somebody that you want to be with, in my opinion. And she agreed with me as well. Sorry.
That's
I
how
mean,
you feel?
she's right. She's right because
Yeah, that's
it
true.
makes sense. You have to get. It's not like you're swiping. You're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go. I'll just see how it goes. You can't do that. You
I
gotta
agree.
really know them.
that is true. You're not going on a bunch of speed dates right now.
And it's easier to just go online and just like push what is that? Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. That's the Skype noise.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
Skype.
yeah.
I was
See,
like,
she
what?
got it. She got it.
I remember that.
I didn't know what that was.
man, I haven't Skype.
I know that. I know that. I know that.
See,
noise.
she knew that. She knew it. See, y'all looking at me like I'm crazy.
I mean, you got
Still
FaceTime.
kinda-
How often do you Skype?
I Skype when I need to.
When's the last time you Skyped?
Right.
Like last week. Last week.
Last
I still
week.
pay. I pay like $2 for the premium, so I
$2
can call anywhere I want to call.
Man.
Oh yeah, that's
If my
serious.
phone ever goes wrong, as long as I got Wi-Fi, I can still call anybody I want to
Big
call.
baller over
There
here.
you go. Okay, all right.
You know what? Judge me if you want to, but when you guys are on the streets, you ain't got no phones, don't call me. Well, you won't be able to. No big deal.
Oh man, so the thing about social media that's so crazy now is that a lot of times, well, post pre-COVID, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times when you meet people, I especially like the younger generation, I'll hear them a lot of times they'll exchange like social media tags before they exchange numbers.
Yeah, that's what I did that to like
It's kind of
relationships.
it's kind of
I
like you can kind of vet somebody
on
like,
Tinder, like
Yeah.
even on Tinder, like I've gotten like Snapchats. I feel more comfortable with the Snapchat. Like,
Yeah, it's like you can call and you can message. What was you saying? So
Video
I was
chat.
asking you. You had like a whole naming. You had a whole thing that you were saying about like not giving somebody your number. You said it's different giving somebody like your Snapchat or Instagram.
Oh yeah, it's super different. I mean, it's the same concept as if you're talking about like video games or screen names and stuff like that. Nowadays, your screen name or whatever name you are now, you have to keep that name because that's how you're identified. You know, it's essentially the same concept as your ID card. You know, having identification, because if somebody sees you online now, they're either seeing, you know, Loverman 65 or I'm sorry. But I mean, like,
that's name is burner account.
for me back in the day, it was like your tag was Rashido.
yeah,
You know, that was how I knew you. So everything that you have now, you have something that says Rashido that pops up in my phone.
I had shoes that said Rashido at one point.
Exactly. That was your name. That's weird. Don't get me wrong. It's just a screen name.
It was
buddy.
custom shoes. I mean, I don't know.
But I mean, you have to be cool because nowadays, hey, if something happens with my Snapchat, I'm screwed. You know,
That's true.
Some of those things have subscriptions tied to them. Like, who would know that one day you'd be like, man, my Apple ID is so important to me. You know what I mean? Like, your Apple ID
Got like a million
has
songs tied to it.
everything. Songs, photos,
Movies.
text messages from the 90s. Like, you know, if you had your phone that
There wasn't even no
long.
iPhones in the 90s, bro.
See, this is why I don't like Richard. This is exactly why.
2007,
anyhow, it's super important.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. And I mean, like, it's funny how conscious you are of when you make your new social media tags for the new stuff. You want to match everything else.
Yeah.
And you try to get on there super fast so that your names match.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, so when I got on Clubhouse, it's like, boom, like, you know, we one of the first million. Like, we got our screen names on lock.
Right. And it's like, I think it would be cool. Like, for instance, like nowadays, if you're like on Instagram or any platform, even an artist, like Snoop Dogg can't go and get Snoop Dogg because some goofball took Snoop Dogg.
I think a lot of times, I'm wondering if that certain names that like Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that reserved those, because a lot of times when those celebrities do have their actual names, I'm like, how'd they get that? Because I'm sure like some knucklehead, like as soon as it came out, they were trying to get all of these popular names.
Yeah.
I think
for sure.
I think it's something with some of these social media platforms reserving certain names now.
Oh, I would say so.
It's kind of
Probably
like,
on
you know, having
Clubhouse
a
for
domain
sure.
for a website. They probably have it licensed and everything.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Whatever now.
so speaking about like times now though, it had like kind of going back to what you said, Lisa. This has kind of been great. Like I've met so many great people over the last year or couple years through social media, like Lisa. Like she's her smiling face, right?
Lisa's beautiful. Look at that. Look at that smile. She lights up this monitor for sure. Like she's lighting up this monitor.
She's trying not to laugh into the mic when she's cracking up.
She is lighting us up.
But yeah, so it's something being able to communicate. You think about maybe like a time ago, if we had been in the middle of a pandemic, how lonely a lot of people would be. And I mean, like still looking at it statistically, it's a lot of like not so great things that happen. Like suicides are up. A lot of people are like seriously depressed because they can't be around people. But I feel like it would be even worse if we didn't have like social media.
Yeah.
And like going back to your point, like, yeah, it is. I would say I would agree with you. It is a good time to like really date because you get to really meet somebody because you're not gonna meet just anybody. If you want to meet, because you're not gonna take that risk just for anybody. So you have the time to develop kind of a relationship. And
I agree.
We are social by nature, you know. People are. So if you don't put them in an environment where they can meet them physically,
You're a
in
social
person,
butterfly, apparently.
you can still have an opportunity to still connect and, you know, talk to people as you would out and about before COVID. Yeah.
Pulling up and then leaving if you don't like them.
But
This way you can't just you can't just
Bringing
change
up
your
old
screen
stuff.
name. You give them.
You
You
know-
have to have a fake Snapchat to give them.
hey, but I mean, the
Man.
stuff has gotten so much more sophisticated because like it used to be if you change your name, like the content didn't follow.
Yeah.
But now if you change your screen name, your content does follow because it's tied to an ID underneath.
Because you trying to get the free trial here, and you trying to get this free trial. Man, you know how many emails I done made back in the day.
Man,
Nowadays, when you put in your information, it'll be like you know, it could be Big Bun 79, right? And then they'll be like, well, Naaman, you have this again. Is this you? Same age, same birth? Like, dang.
because you got to put your information in.
And then you don't want to change the information because if you do change the information, what if you forget the birthday? Now you can't retrieve your emails.
no, you cannot.
Oh,
Man,
God.
it's just It's twisted. It's twisted.
It's too much extra work in
It
that.
is, man.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for another episode of Relationship Talks with Rick and Naaman. If you don't know Lisa, tell them about you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Honored. Okay. Well, I am a host of a podcast called Not Your Average Mother Runner Podcast. And, you know, where I empower women through fitness and health and everything in between. And actually right now, I have a male series going on where I interviewed a few men between the ages of 20-something to 50-something. And we're talking about relationships and, you know, why they ghost and all of that great stuff, and I feel like I may continue doing this. I'm getting a lot of great feedback from men that are listening to the podcast. So that's where you can find me.
Sounds like it expanded your audience a little bit.
It did. More men are listening to the podcast because there's a lot of relatable things to them. It means not just women who have narcissistic relationships. Men also have narcissistic relationships with women. So, yeah, that's what I'm all about. And,
I had that relationship with a co-host.
Richard, it's not about you.
Oh, my God.
Nothing's about you, Richard. Let Lisa finish. You
what
just
I
keep interrupting
You see
Lisa.
what I mean?
Yeah, Richard, really. Anyway. No, that's it. Got it.
Yeah, you did this good, huh? Yeah, you're really good at that, huh? You gotta just remember to just stick to it.
So Lisa's like, she's also fancy because you can find her show on Roku.
Nice.
Yeah, you can see her beautiful face if you're looking for it on Roku.
Wow.
Where's did you
He's
drop your
reaching, right? He's just like
Right. Just pick him up. Pick yourself up.
Did you drop your Instagram and TikTok handles?
Yeah, so my Instagram, I believe, is not, if you want to look at it, is not your average mother runner. And then my TikTok, which it's hopping and popping, I'm letting you know, is not your average
TikTok,
mother run R.
Oh, okay. What you ran out of?
She had to flip it.
Characters,
She
or-
probably couldn't get the one.
I couldn't get the.
See?
Somebody got on there and stole it before you.
No, you can only do so many characters.
Oh, is that
See,
what?
that's why when I
I hate
changed
the limited characters.
when I changed mine, I changed
I
everything at
don't
the
like
same
that.
time.
Yo, so as always, people, to be a part of the conversation, you can find the show at Rick and Naaman on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Please be sure to rate and subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting app.
I know the name of the episode.
David,
Yeah.
where can people find you at?
You can-
Boy.
Anyway,
What
you
is
can-
your name?
He talks so much.
I know he talks so much. I can't. I just can't. Whatever. When the mic is
Where
off.
can they find you?
They can find me at Instagram on David J Duro. I also do spoken word poetry.
Can you spell that out?
It's DavidJDero. Yes.
And you also do spoken poetry. Keep on.
Yes, I do spoken poetry and spoken word, and you can find a couple videos there. I'm also a very experienced poet, so I even write for other
Whoa.
people.
There it is.
Experience.
Naaman,
It's the DJ Blue to you, Richard.
where can they find you at, Naaman?
Well, Rick, you can find me on any of your favorite platforms. I am the DJ Blue, the force to be reckoned with.
Hey, so ladies and gentlemen, you can find me at Doddism and SDODDSISM. And until next time, boys and girls, remember,
There's always a next time.